The Ancient Civilizations Iceberg stands as a metaphorical representation, inviting us to reconsider the way we perceive and study the past. Much like an iceberg, where only a small portion is visible above the waterline, the Ancient Civilizations Iceberg suggests that our conventional understanding of history merely scratches the surface. This metaphorical journey through the Ancient Civilizations Iceberg serves as an introduction to the depth and complexity that lie beneath the surface of what we commonly know as history. At the tip of the Ancient Civilizations Iceberg, we encounter the stalwarts of historical education: Egypt, Mesopotamia, Greece, and Rome. People often call these civilizations the cradle of human civilization. They have changed the way we think about the past forever. Surface-level history is very rich. Egypt, with its famous temples and pharaohs; Mesopotamia, as the place where writing and complex societies began; Greece, with its intellectual wisdom; and Rome, as the best at both military and government power, all add to this. This layer includes the basic things that are taught in most history classes around the world. Students learn about the wonders of the Egyptian temples, the smarts of Greek thinkers, the government of the Roman Empire, and the creative ideas that Mesopotamian societies came up with. At this level, you should know about the simple facts of history, like the Code of Hammurabi, how the Parthenon was built, and the Roman Republic. Even though these stories are important, they only show a small part of the complex fabric that is human history. It's impossible to say enough about how important these well-known cultures are to regular schooling. These parts are meant to be introductions, giving students and history buffs a comfortable place to start their research. These civilizations are important cultural touchstones that shape how we think about ancient times and what most people think of as ancient history. As we go deeper into the middle level of the ancient societies iceberg, we'd find less well-known, but just as interesting societies that have been pushed to the edges of popular historical discussion. The Indus Valley Civilization, which grew along the banks of the Indus River. The complex Mesoamerican cultures that included the Olmec, Maya, and Aztec civilizations. And the old wonders of China are all examples of how different human history is. In this layer, the story changes to specific accomplishments and events that make these lesser-known cultures unique. The Code of Hammurabi and the Parthenon give way to the secrets of the Indus Valley, the huge heads of the Olmec, and the complex ways of life in ancient China. Here we look at successes like how the Chinese invented paper and how the cities in the Indus Valley were planned in a very complicated way. This helps us understand what these societies brought to the world. The middle level is very important for changing the stories of history and questioning the power of the nations on the top level. These less well-known societies show us different points of view and the wide range of cultural expression and creativity that exists among people. By learning about the accomplishments and events of the Indus Valley, Mesoamerican, and ancient Chinese cultures, we gain a broader view of the scope of ancient societies. This helps us see that history is a mix of different cultures, each making a unique contribution. We look at the lower portions of the Ancient Civilizations Iceberg, where we discover less well-known and frequently overlooked cultures. People like the Hittites in Anatolia, the Caral Soup in the Peruvian Andes, and the Mycenaeans in ancient Greece are all important parts of human history, even though they aren't well known to most people. In this layer, we move from the big picture to specifics, looking into the lives of individual masters, the complexities of religious practices, and the subtleties of culture that make up these lesser-known societies. We learn more about the Hittite leadership, Caral Soup's religion, and the Mycenaeans' unique way of life. This research gives us a better understanding by showing us the unique parts of each culture that make it a separate part of the history of ancient times. The high level not only adds to what we know, but it also questions the most common versions of history. We show the flaws of a historical theory that often gives more weight to some societies than others by focusing on the Hittites, Caral Soup, and the Mycenaeans. The addition of these countries questions preconceived ideas and expands what is usually thought of as important in teaching history. This layer is a warning that there is a lot more to learn and enjoy about old history than what is usually thought to be true. As we go deeper into the ancient kingdom's iceberg, we hit the underwater level, which shows us kingdoms that were either long hidden or just recently discovered. The Harappan civilization, which thrived in the Indus Valley in the 3rd millennium BCE, and Göbekli Tepe, a Neolithic archaeological wonder in southeastern Turkey, are the main topics here. Even though these kingdoms are hard to see now, because of time, they have fascinated both scholars and scientists. At this deeper level, we look into niche topics that add more complex layers to the story of history, going beyond just the presence of societies. We look at the advanced technologies of the Harappan civilization, including the complex city planning they use and the mysterious Indus language that no one has been able to figure out. At Göbekli Tepe too, people are interested in the intricate details of megalithic buildings and the possible stellar patterns, which show how advanced ancient societies' technology was. Another special topic in this layer is trade lines, which link different societies across time and place. It gets easier to see the Silk Road, the Indian Ocean trade lines, and other old trade networks. These routes not only made it easier to trade things, but they also let ideas, tools, and philosophies from different cultures mix, which changed the course of history. As we go deeper into the Ancient Civilizations Iceberg, we enter an interesting world where strange and uncertain parts of history are common. In this case, the usual stories give way to the strange and intriguing. We explore the unknown parts of historical events that are hard to explain. These are the strange artifacts, scientific quirks, and old mysteries that keep people guessing. When we're there, the lines between what we think we know about the past get fuzzy, and the unknown calls to us. The presence of radical ideas that challenge the conventional wisdom of historical discourse characterizes this level. People who think that lost civilizations have been erased from history keep coming up with rumors and theories. Theories on the fringes of science tell stories about old heroes, lost countries, and aliens helping us. Different ideas about how to understand historical data lead to arguments, which makes historians and archaeology fans think again about their ideas about the old world. It's a place where the lines between fact and opinion are fuzzy, letting us think about options that are outside of what most people think is possible. This layer makes you think about things and pushes you to ask questions with an open mind. Even though it might not give us clear answers, it sparks our minds, making us feel curious and encouraging us to think about options that go beyond what we know now. If this exploration has sparked your curiosity, remember that the adventure doesn't end here. History is a continuous voyage of discovery, and each layer we've uncovered is an invitation to dive further into the mysteries of antiquity. Challenge the narratives, question the conventional, and embrace the unknown. Thank you for joining us on this expedition through time. If you found this journey intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.